Let's speak to Jonah Hull, who joins us now from Madrid. Jonah, we're expecting Prime Minister Rajoy to speak soon, but the austerity cuts that he's expected to announce are going to be painful.
Well, yes, I think most people expect that what he will announce here on Friday will be a fairly limited set of quite symbolic cuts, but that will set the stage, the tone for far steeper cuts to come. This government has only been in office for a little over a week. That's hardly enough time really to examine the books. There is a budget due by the end of March. This is a sort of emergency budget, if you like, but one that will crucially send a very strong message about this new government's determination to stick to the path of austerity, to deal with this country's debt problems, and crucially also he's promised, Mr. Rajoy, to bring this country to growth and tackle record levels of unemployment, the highest levels of unemployment in this country in the Eurozone as a whole. And on top of that, of course, what he's trying to do, what the government will want to do, is send a message to the markets of reassurance, of confidence, to investors in the financial markets, to whom this country will have to turn in the early months of 2012 and throughout the year to continue borrowing to service their running costs. For a little context, I'm joined now by Dr. Nigel Townson, a lecturer in political science at the Complutense University here in Madrid. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Rajoy, about, I think, to set the tone for what is likely to be a pretty painful year ahead in 2012.
Absolutely. The Bank of Spain has just announced that Spain is in effect in recession. The new Minister of the Economy has said that this situation is likely to last for at least the next 6 months. So I think today's meeting really is designed to send a message, which is that the cuts start now, and therefore I think they will limit themselves to freezing the wages of public employees. They will freeze the minimum wage, but the really heavy stuff will come in February with the first package to be presented to Parliament, and then of course at the end of March when the first budget for this government will be passed. Now,
he's talking of course about cuts in the order of $20 billion or more overall to try and bring the budget deficit down in line with EU limits. How on earth does he do that? Cut, and at the same time boost the economy, boost growth to try and create jobs? This is a contradictory set of ideas, is it not?
Well, this is in fact the million-dollar question, I think. I think it's a very difficult juggling act for the new government. And there's no question that they're going to carry out some very severe cuts over the next few months. I think the cornerstone of their economic policy will be not just the cuts. I think they're looking to a major overhaul of the labour market, and they're hoping that that will return competitiveness to the Spanish market.
And finally, let's just talk a little bit about perspective. Spain, very important in the wider context, is it not? If Spain goes down, the whole thing goes down, the Eurozone.
Well, I think Spain is crucial. They have the fourth biggest economy in the Eurozone. At the moment, all eyes are on Italy. Spain certainly doesn't want to join Italy, and if it does, then that will create very severe problems for the Eurozone.
Nigel Townson, final word there. Thank you so much. Just a day or so away from the new year, and a painful new year it promises to be here in Spain. Back to you.
Indeed, Jonah, thanks very much indeed for that update. Jonah Hull there in Madrid.